I just read a couple of articles about workplace PTSD and anxiety rates in the United States. And they said that among Black women, anxiety disorders are more chronic and more intense, and how Black women experience trauma at work either as a result of being the only one and being expected to represent the entire race, or being fearful of being branded the angry Black woman every time we speak up for ourselves. So today, let's talk about my advice for getting some peace of mind, taking a year off work. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. When I was 41, I quit my job as a hospital pharmacy technician to travel the world for a year. Now it's a few years later, and I'm a year-round house sitter. If you're dreaming of taking a career break, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time I post a new video. I'm not a psychologist or a therapist. I just know that Black women are tired. And when I tell women about how I quit my job to travel for a year, they always say, I want to do it. So I want to help you do it. There are a few different routes that women take a year off from work. Do I have to quit my job? Maybe not. Some of the women that I know who have taken a career break at 30, 40, 50 did it when they were already unemployed. So if you've recently experienced a layoff or were fired, it could be perhaps time to relax, relate, release. You might have just been given the gift of an opportunity to take a sabbatical, reassess your priorities, and recharge for the next phase of your life. All right, so what about the rest of us who didn't get laid off? Some employers do offer their employees a sabbatical or a leave of absence. Check out your terms of employment or your employee handbook and find out what your company offers. Some may allow you to take a break of several months or even a year without having to come to work, but know that your job is secure when you return. So investigate that first. I actually worked for a bank once that allowed me to take 2 weeks out of the year to do volunteer work. They weren't going to give me a year's sabbatical time, but they did offer some sort of time away. Another perfect time to take a year off of work is in between the end date of one job and the start date of your next job. Just like some colleges allow you to defer admission for a year if you want to take a gap year after high school, there are employers out there who will allow you to defer your start date. A good resource for negotiating time away or a flexible work schedule is workoptions.com. It's a website run by a woman who is an expert at negotiating flexible schedules for employees. The link to Work Options is in the description box. After you watch this video, take a second, check out Work Options, and see if her negotiation templates will work for you. You may not even need to negotiate a start date. Maybe you've been hired into a special program that has a specific start time, and you just want to leave your previous job early so that you can take advantage of a career break for yourself. The route that I took was just to quit. I was a certified pharmacy technician, and I knew that I could get work as soon as I returned back home. So I didn't let the fact that my hospital didn't offer a sabbatical leave deter me from taking a year off to travel the world. In this Grown Up Gap Year A to Z series, I have a video on justifications for taking a career break. You can watch that video here if you haven't already. And in that video, I talk about what benefits you'll receive from taking a year off from work. Whether the purpose of your gap year is to travel or write a book or start a business or just rest, those are all valid. You don't need permission to live your life on your own terms. It can seem scary to make the decision to quit your job for a year when you don't know what situation you'll be walking back into when it's time to reapply. But when people return back to work after a sabbatical, they're not generally seen as lazy, which is what a lot of people fear. They're seen as action takers who know how to set and achieve personal goals and who will be able to contribute more fully now that they've returned to work. The key is to reframe your time off in a way that benefits your current or future employer. For example, taking a year off to travel teaches you very specific skills. You learn organization and planning, you learn adaptability, and you learn stronger communication skills. Stress those skills that you picked up during your travels, and future employers will see you as an asset, and they'll also think that you're a pretty brave person. But a sabbatical does more than just teach you soft skills. If you took the time to learn a new language or learn a new skill that can help you perform your job better, that's a definite win-win. After I took my grown-up gap year to travel around Southeast Asia, Europe, and Australia, I interviewed with 3 different companies. One was with my previous employer who did offer me my job back. The second and third were with 2 other hospitals, one of which I took. And in every interview with every person that I spoke with, they all talked about, oh, how brave you are and how much I admire you for doing that. And my son or my nephew or my cousin did something like that. I wish I could do it. so it's not difficult to turn your own R&R into a positive for your future employer. I know that I skipped from quitting your job to returning back to work. It takes a whole lot of planning and little money to actually do the thing. So click here to watch my videos on how I saved $14,000 to travel for a year, and make sure you watch justification for taking a career break. Let me know in the comments, what would you do with a year off from work? How would you spend your career break? I want to see what you guys' ideas are. Also, please like this video if you like it and share it with your travel buddy who has wanderlust. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.